Hi everyone, welcome back. So in today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're still going to be focusing on passive income, but we're going to focus more on how we're going to do this and still maintain our exposure to the underlying assets that we hold and stuff. So in this scenario, what I'll be doing is I'm going to claim my tokens that I've earned over the last day or two. You can see here there's another LP I got into is ETH and USDC. This is just a trial purpose and wanted to see how it works out and stuff. But I'm going to claim the rewards and I'm going to go and pretty much leverage it through lending and borrowing. Now again, this is high risk strategies to a certain degree. I suppose you need to understand that you still have to maintain positions and you have to check out different and be aware of what's happening in the entire ecosystem, crypto ecosystem. So that's something to bear in mind. What I'll do is I'll try and edit out individual claims. You'll see it here that I've earned what I've earned, and you'll also on my portfolio here for the Crypto Huntsman, you'll see the same thing, the different positions I'm in. So at the moment you'll see Aero, these are my rewards. Obviously this is what I have invested into it. So what I'll do is I'll go through claiming them and I'll cut down to the next section. Now, so as you can see, I've harvested all my rewards. You can see up here we have Aero token, $97. I think it's almost $100 worth of Aero token. So $99 of tokens we have here at the moment. So my plan then with this is, as I said, I'm earning these tokens through different positions. Big problem is I do feel that Aero, the token itself, is going to go up in value over long term. I think if we have another bull run and stuff like that, like similar to what we had in 2021, it could do similar to what PancakeSwap done, and that went from the similar price structure up to highs of $40. So up until now, what I was doing is I was selling the rewards every single couple of days and pretty much using them to diversify into different LPs, and obviously I was locking a little bit of tokens as well. However, this strategy is a little bit different and it'll still allow me to have exposure to the Aero token and obviously the price increase over the long term. So what we're going to do is on Defi Lama, I went to lending platforms and obviously just focused it on the base chain, and you can see here the different platforms. Now at the moment I don't think the top two don't accept Aero as deposit or supply token, so I'm going to use Moonwell. Again, it's another project that's well known in the base ecosystem. So again, with this you have to understand the risks involved, obviously, if you're lending and stuff, lending and borrowing, and obviously understand your loan to value ratio and things like that. So with that in mind, what we're going to do is jump straight over to this is the Moonwell website. So you can see here the different markets. Now again, check it out yourself, read the docs and stuff and go through it. But you can see here straight away the different tokens you can get and different percentage you can get for supplying and borrowing APYs. Again, you can see here you can get ETH, and it's obviously liquid ETH, I think it is, and a borrow APY is 2.4%, which you have to pay for it. Again, you can see here your borrow APY for USDC is 3.7%. So that's your rate of what you have to pay back over the period of a year. Just bear in mind with that. Now I suppose the big interesting one down here is Aero token. So you can see down here Aero, you can supply Aero token, get 38% yield on it, and you'll also, if you had to borrow a Aero token, you have to pay 100% yield on it. So again, there's a massive demand there obviously on the Aero token. So whether it's the tokens are used and people lock them or what's the process, I'm not 100% sure, but either way it's being used, and as I said, it's a decent APY you're getting for it. So my plan here is to supply the Aero token. From that we'll be able to borrow one of the stable coins, whichever is the kind of lowest rate at the time, and we can then do whatever we want to do with the stable coins. So again, we're just going to show the process of this. So we click into the Aerodrome platform and we want to supply the max amount of tokens. We want to make sure we enable it as collateral as well. So this is something that we have to do as well, because at the end of the day, if you're wanting to borrow assets and using this as collateral. So now again, we want to supply it. So we're supplying 111. Approve the supply. So you can see straight away there while it's loading up, Sometimes actually on Rabi you'll get this warning because we haven't interacted with it before, and it's probably a new enough protocol, so well, reasonably new, that it pretty much comes up with a warning. So if you see that on other platforms, again, do your own research into it, but it's just clicking the button down there to remove the warning. But as you can see straight away on the screen, we can credit limit is $63. So like that means we can maximum borrow is $63. Now I wouldn't advise on borrowing $63 because that will bring up our loan to value ratio up very high, and as I said, it's extremely risky to do it. So confirm supply. So now we've supplied tokens to it. So if we go to our portfolio, it should come up in this. So you can see there we're supplying $98 worth of tokens at a credit limit of 63. We haven't borrowed anything yet at the moment, so we're going to do the borrow now as well, just to see how the whole process works. So again, we're jumping over to borrow. We're jumping on to see which one is pretty much the lowest APY. You can see there already straight off the bat you can borrow Ethereum at 0.8%, which is unreal percentages. For this purpose, I'm sticking with USDC. Big reason for USDC is this is my approach going forward. Going into pools, I won't be going into any of the LPs anymore with my own actual cryptocurrencies, because I'm trying to work out a strategy. Is this the best way of getting into LPs and obviously remove the entire risk of impermanent loss for our own tokens? I know a lot of people talk about impermanent loss, and you know it should be well discussed, but I think if you're going into a position with your own Ethereum and a USDC, you always have the risk of losing, ending up more USDC, less Ethereum, or vice versa. If you're going into it with a basic dollar value of $1,000, for example, and the pool's drop in value, you know where you stand. You don't really mind which token you hold, more of as long as you can still break even around that $1,000 mark. And again, this is a big focus, I think, going forward, and the kind of strategy I'm going to be using. So you can see USDC 3.7%. You have DAI token because it's lower percentage. Again, it's another stable coin. You can see USDC is 3.7, and you can see DAI down here is 2.8, so it's a lower rate. Now this is where it can become, you have to be wary of it. So we can get 50% of it. I think if we go higher, it's much more riskier. So if we go, now see, we're getting very close to our limit, so which in turn is going to be extremely risky with the risk of getting liquidation. So if the Aero token, like I mentioned, drops in value, which it can easily drop down to around the 40 cent again, this is where the borrowing and lending becomes risky. So if you borrowed your $60 worth of tokens and it drops to potentially the 40 cent, they will automatically liquidate your position, meaning they'll sell all your tokens to basically repay the loan. That's something you have to be aware of. So normally when I'm doing this, I like to have a little bit of stable coins or general crypto stored away to the side, just in case if things start to drop, I can easily increase my strength, my LTV basically in any platform, which in turn helps, just helps maintain the positions much better. So again, what I'm going to do for this purpose, I'm just going to do $40. I don't want to go extremely risky, but I want to just showcase how it works. So again, we're borrowing the DAI token. We can confirm borrow, and this will pretty much show our loan to value ratios. I think especially on Debank it'll show it. Now some people will question why bother doing it at all. I'm a firm believer in crypto, especially is if you can use other people's money to grow your own bags, do it by all means. Use debt to your advantage, I think, is one of the big things in general in business, I think, and I think definitely in crypto. It's, don't use your own crypto, use other people's crypto. And as I said, if we can do this and manage it and maintain positions and not overextend and overborrow, I think that's the key here. So you can see here we're at 37%. If I jump over to here onto our Debank Pro Portfolio, so this only took a few minutes basically to populate. You can see here the token where we are. So at this moment in time, we're 1.61 of a health ratio. Again, this is not, I personally prefer to get into 2 over the 2 mark. Again, it allows for major changes in the market. From this image you can see straight away the advantages here of it. So if we can keep the health ratio good and keep it obviously up closer to 2, then we're in a position that we can use our Aero token that we earn. basically borrow off the back of that. From that, you can deposit it into other pools. So if in this instance I could add the DAI into this pool, it's only at $40. It is increasing the pool a little bit, increase to earn a little bit more. But not only that, we are also in a position that we're earning their token, the Well token. So we're earning this because we lent our Aero token to it. We're going to be earning this at 33%. So we're earning at 33%. The loan itself is costing us, I think it was 2 point something percent. So we have to pay, average it out, just roughly 30% is what we're earning. So we're earning on top of earnings, and I think that is vital for people to understand. I think the power of DeFi is what you can do here. So I think that's key. Personally, it's key for me the way I'm going forward with things. I'm not getting into any more, as I said, LPs. You can see here, this can eventually grow over time, that you can get decent amount of loans out as it compounds, and that's all that's going to happen here. Yes, you could sell your $100 tokens and put it in, but if we have a major bull run happen and Aero token pumps to $30-$40 per token, well then we could be in a position here that this value over the coming 6 months could be up to 50, 60, 70 grand in total, and our loans might be only 20 grand. And if we were in that position, our loans are up to 20 grand, it's all it is then. It is a matter of maybe breaking down some of your LPs, pay your loan off, and get access then to your Aero tokens. And I think this, for me personally, is the way I'm going forward. It's like real life. Anything you borrow basically is always going to be a risk to it, but the rich get richer from borrowing money and using percentages and yields to their advantage. In this situation, we're in a decent position. We have Aero, we have DAI. My overall goal here would be to potentially build up a bag of Aero, and from there we could potentially borrow just stable coins, and from that then we can invest stable coins into farms that are paying maybe 40 or 50%. But we'll discuss more of that maybe later on. Again, a little bit long, maybe winded of a video. Again, just to showcase what you can actually do in crypto, and especially do in DeFi. You have access to funds quickly and easily. I think obviously there's risks everywhere involved with everything, but it's something to be aware of. So look, we're going to leave it there for today's video. If you liked it, let me know in the comments. If you have a similar strategy, if you think it's too risky, let me know in the comments as well. I love hearing feedback from everyone. So yeah, that will leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you. Bye.